Hello, this is going to be another one deck, one reading where we're going to be choosing a deck and doing a reading with it. Now, these readings are general, so only take the parts that make sense to you, that resonate with your life and the way that you're living it, the way you want to live it. If you've watched any of my streams, you've seen this deck. It is Todd Alcott's Sci-fi Tarot. We're going to do a general message. It can fit and apply to anybody, any zodiac sign. Just take what resonates and leave the rest. If you're not interested in the tarot message, but you'd like to buy a new deck, I hope that this is a good review of the cardstock and how the cards generally look. And if not, maybe you'll learn something about tarot. Either way, I hope you get something from this message. And if you want to subscribe, like and comment, all those things. I can't talk. I never can. That's my thing here. We're gonna go ahead and just get started. So, this has a really cool box opening. I just really like the aesthetic of it. Very cool horror movies, but make it aliens, alien invasion, that kind of thing. Really love the concept. Pretty much based off the original Rider Waite. So if you are still studying and practicing it, it does help kind of narrow down certain meanings, kind of gives you descriptions, kind of gives you an idea. I love this imagery for the Ace of Pentacles. So let's go ahead and jump into a message. Take only what resonates, you know the whole thing. If you haven't seen my other one deck, one reading messages, they are available in the playlist that you'll be seeing this one in. If you're not finding this off a playlist, go find it. It's on my page. Feel free to subscribe to my page as well because there is other things to look at, not just this. All right. So, like I said, if you've seen me stream on Twitch, you've seen this deck before, most likely. If you haven't, my Twitch is linked below, as well as where I found this deck. This deck is on Amazon. I paid about $20 for it, 25. I will link it below. I'm sure there's a different price. I apologize if it's wrong. But we're going to do a quick message of basically what does the collective need to hear right now within the realms of this specific deck. What can this deck provide for us as a message that none of the other decks can? Ooh, Nine of Wands as our first card. The barriers between us. I do get the sense that there's a talk about boundaries about to happen in this reading. Boundaries and where we're putting our time and energy into at the Queen of Pentacles. And our last card is the Four of Swords. So this might be a message for me, for you, for anyone who needs it. If you know somebody who might need this message, maybe you want to pass it to them. That's your business. It's not mine. Only take what resonates. You'll know how and when to apply this. So for this message, I get a really, really strong sense that somebody here is really at a loss of how to kind of discern their boundaries. I feel like you're a person who sits with a lot of energy. You sit with a lot of energy for good reason. You're a restful person. You put a lot of good work in. I see with the Queen of Pentacles and the Four of Swords, you're a person who likes to take your time with things. You like to sit and dwell on basically anything that you're holding on to. But I think also the way that you're doing it might be kind of controversial to your situation. Maybe you have people that you live with that are getting shut out of the way that you live or the way that you're handling your business. Maybe that's not a bad thing. Maybe it is. I don't know. We do have the Emperor on the bottom of the deck, and then we have the Hanged Man. Maybe you're feeling a little bit ashamed of the way that you're handling things. Whatever the case is, the situation, it feels a lot like you are stressed about the way that you're handling your life. You like the way you handle your life, but you're maybe keeping people out and not really feeling that secure about yourself at this time. Whatever the case is, I don't think it's a situation of self-isolation. I think that you don't give yourself a lot of time to truly rest. When you rest, you feel guilty. When you rest, you feel shame about it. And this is kind of telling me you don't really need to. You deserve it. You earned it. You worked for it. You work for it all the time. Maybe you don't feel the value exactly because it's not manifesting in a way that you feel maybe is worth presenting to these people. Like if you're trying to shut people out, if it is an issue with people, maybe you're ashamed of the way that it looks to them. Maybe you don't feel like that has value to them, but your values are your values for a reason. You don't have to share values with the people around you. You don't even have to share values with people that you like or that you don't like. I think what this is really just talking about is understanding your values and understanding that it's okay to uphold them. You don't have to feel like you're putting up walls between you and another person just because you are keeping to yourself sometimes. I kind of also feel like there's a message in the way you're presenting to people in general. Maybe there is something to be said about the way that you're kind of keeping things to yourself. Maybe do share something with them and understand that just because they don't share the same values as you doesn't mean you have to feel bad about it. Working on that is really important. And I think it's time for you to start being a little bit more vulnerable in dealing with any shame that you have when it comes to sharing your values. Because sharing your values doesn't mean they have to actually be shared values. They can just be things that you agree on or don't agree on. But it is important to share who you are and share some vulnerability. You don't always have to be right. You don't always have to be perfect to have these values and to need your rest. Sometimes you just need rest and you'll deal with the problem when the problem is ready to be dealt with. I feel a little bit like there is something on its way to be discussed and something that you're considering discussing with someone, but you don't feel ready to do it just yet. Whatever it is that you're not ready to be vulnerable about, give yourself the time, detach from the idea of what it means to be vulnerable so you can actually concentrate on getting ready for it. And you should be ready in no time. Whatever this message means to you and however it manifests for you, I wish you all the best, as always. Feel free to check out my other videos. This one was a little bit shorter, but hopefully it was helpful to someone out there. Thank you so much for watching, and take care.